I'm Rae Benjamin, and this is the In the Cut podcast, where professional screenwriters come to break down their favorite episodes of TV. This season, we're focusing on shows that have been honored by the Emmys. And on today's episode, we're talking about the Netflix show Mo.
We in the cut.
Mo is a critically acclaimed Netflix comedy that follows a son of Palestinian refugees as he seeks citizenship. Although the show hasn't won an official Emmy, it was a selection for the Television Academy Honors, which celebrates programs that use the power of TV to inspire positive change. Loosely based on show creator and actor Mo Amer's real experiences, the pilot follows Mo in his hometown of Houston, Texas. He's intelligent and charming, but struggles to keep a job due to his immigration status. The show uses dark humor to touch on sensitive topics in an approachable and relatable way. This episode was filmed at the Young Musicians Foundation, which provides tuition-free arts education. To donate or learn more, visit ymf.org. And here to get us into that Texas vibe of Mo is Darryl Wesley. Thank you for being here.
Hey, thank you for having me.
Now, you were born in Detroit, Michigan, repping the D on the hat. You are a former D1 basketball player, but you are a current writer and actor, most recently written on shows like the UPSHAWS on Netflix, one of my fave shows, actually. Good. And also the GAME on Paramount Plus. And as an actor, you were on FX's Clipped about the Clippers dynasty. So thanks for being here.
Oh yeah, thanks for having me.
So before we get into talking about Mo, we're going to do a little quick game I call Fade In, Fade Out. Basically, I'm going to give some rapid fire statements about, Houston's finest in theme with Mo set in Houston. And if you're here for it, you're just going to say fade in, not here for it, fade out. So here's your little card.
All right.
Let's get into it. So Beyonce's Cowboy Carter tour.
Oh, fade in.
Of course.
Absolutely.
I had floor seats.
You did?
I was unemployed. I'm like, I don't care. I need to see this. So I had a time.
My wife went. Unfortunately, she went with her family. They left me at home.
Oh,
but
that's rude. Divorce.
They go every year with her mother, cousin, and stuff like that. So I just wanted to let them have
That's beautiful.
We wanted to go in Vegas, but I didn't make it. But I saw it online.
We went in Inglewood down the street.
Yeah,
I live in Inglewood, so beautiful.
Man, legendary though.
Legend.
Yeah.
Another one. Meg Thee Stallion dating Klay Thompson. Fade in, fade out.
I'm gonna say fade in. They look happy. That ain't got nothing to do with me. So they look. If they like it, I love it.
Shaq said he give it 6 weeks.
6 weeks.
So by the time this airs, they might be broken up.
That's crazy, dog.
I hope not.
Man, I can't be in other people's relationships.
No,
they
look very happy. Yeah. I'm happy for them.
I think Klay said he's to the moon or something like that. I ain't never heard a man say I feel like I'm on the moon. So it's like that's lasts longer than 6 weeks. That's what I would say.
Meg will do that to him. Wearing a grill.
I'm gonna say fade in.
Yeah, I've never done it, but it looked cute.
But I want one.
Let's
desperately.
Let's do it. Tex-Mex food.
I gotta say fade out because I'm not really sure what that is.
It's not like real Mexican food. It's like going to Chili's or something like that.
I'm gonna say fade out.
I agree. I like real Mex, not the Tex-Mex. Not a fan. And Houston rappers. Like Bun B, Paul
Fade
Wall.
in, they legendary. All of them.
I agree.
Absolutely, fade in.
We gotta give it up. And speaking of which, a lot of those Houston rappers guest stars on Mo.
They did. Literally, as soon as the show came on, Paul Wall was playing.
Yes, exactly. So that's what we're gonna get into. Why did you choose the Mo pilot to talk about?
I chose Mo because like I said, that was the last show that I watched a lot of shows, but that was the last one I watched where it was like this is something like, I want to say timeless almost. I want to say it's very special, and it just made me and my wife watch it together, and like the roller coaster ride of emotions it made us feel, and like he just pulled it off like so well, and it inspired me, and it made me want to go write something like not his story but my story that make people have those same feelings, and I just loved what he did with that show.
That's beautiful. I think that's the highest compliment as a writer? I know for me, when I'm watching something and I think, man, I wish I wrote that.
That's how I was feeling. Yeah, like, at least be a part of it or something.
Yeah. So true. So we're gonna start with Mo. We'll start with the cold open, go through the show and break it down.
Okay.
So basically, the show starts with Mo, and he's cruising through the streets of Houston. He got Sitting Sideways by Paul Wall playing. And I think they do such a great job of establishing the setting of Houston.
They do.
Like, honestly, I've never been to Houston, but I feel like I've been there from the way they do that show. So how do you think writers can help, use a setting to feel essential instead of just, a background?
Yeah, I think if I had to pick, one of the keys to that is like, you can't like fake it. Like you can't like, you have to go like, if you're gonna write about a city, you need to go be a part of that city. If you're gonna write about a town, you need to go be a part of that town. You need to go breathe in the air of that town, go sit with the people, go eat the food, go walk in a restaurant, see how it smells. I don't feel like you can write about a town or a place where you never been there. Just from like, I feel like you gotta go like, kind of like indulge yourself in that town.
That's so true. And Mo, is from Houston.
He's from there,
so that's why
you could tell.
It felt so real. Like, you're so right about having to go there. I wrote a script one time and I set it in Oakland just cause, and like, I thought it'd be cool. I never been to Oakland, or I've been there, but like for a couple days. I didn't know. And my friend who's from the Bay Area read the script. She's like, no. Like, it just was not. Like, I had a scene where like character gets on the bus. She's like, they don't ride the bus. They would have got on the BART in Oakland. I'm like, oh,
that's important.
So I agree with, not that you always have to set something in your hometown, but like you said, you have to go and be a part of the community so it feels authentic to the people who are from there. They'll be watching the show and they'll know if it's not real.
As soon as they sniff out some bull, they're going to be like, no, I'm damn, they're going to turn the channel. I'm not watching this.
That's probably why Mo got all the Houston legends to be on the show, because it represented their community well.
I agree.
So in Act 1, we open with Mo. He's at work at the cell phone repair shop. He's really great at his job. He is switching between 3 different languages very just effortlessly. But he fixes the customers, phone so quickly. But apparently, even though he's great at all of this, not great enough, because the boss still fires him out of concern about ICE and immigration raiding the office. Now, typically, this would be an inciting incident, I would say, in most stories. But for Mo, I wouldn't label it that way, because it doesn't really change his trajectory. In fact, he says this happens to him all the time because of his immigration status. And, a show like this touches on very sensitive topics, like Palestinian statehood, obviously ICE, immigration. How do you think they're able to manage sort of these social justice, very serious themes in an entertaining way?
I feel like they do a great job at it, because I heard this guy say one time, like, you gotta hide the broccoli in like a what do you say, a Louis Vuitton box or something. You gotta dress it. I think Mo does a great job of like, he gives you that message, but he's not preachy about it. He does it in a way of like, you damn near got to go back to like watch it, be like, oh, he was saying something right there or whatever, because he does it like it's a lot of what a lot of us do. We use our pain for humor. We use our humor for pain, to hide pain, and I think Mo does a great job with that. It was even one scene where he walked into the store to go talk to the 2 older guys, when he tell them like chill your podcast out. You realize they're having a very serious conversation, but he put that in there for like 2 seconds, and then he come in and cuts it off. Like stuff like that, to where he does a great job of not lingering with it and not like putting it right in your face. And he also does a great job of like telling both sides of it.
Yeah.
Which I know is probably hard for somebody like in his position to do, but he does a great job of telling both sides of it.
Yeah, that scene you mentioned where he goes, it's like a hookah type shop, and the Jewish man and the Arab Palestinian men are arguing over Palestine. And it is a very funny scene.
It is.
Even though like we're seeing the consequences of that play out in a war, but on a small scale, they're just playing chess,
arguing about it. Yeah. And the way he did it was just, I thought it was brilliant, because he didn't like linger on it, he didn't talk about it, he just came right in and said a joke to break it up.
Yeah. I think to that point, Mo does a great job of bringing sort of different characters from different kind of communities. It's a very diverse show.
It is. It really is.
But it doesn't feel, I guess, forced diversity for the sake of diversity.
Just to have it, just to have it. It
feels like that's his actual experience. Like, he is a Palestinian person that grew up in Texas. He was married to a Mexican woman. Obviously, if you're going to, in Houston, you're going to be surrounded by Black culture. So I think the key to nailing these things is to make it feel authentic instead of forced.
Yes,
like you said.
exactly. And they did a great job of that. Even watching them, I feel like I'm watching real people. Like I don't feel like I'm watching actors when I'm watching Mo. I feel like I'm watching a real guy and somebody just following him around, recording him.
So after, he gets fired, we sort of get to see Mo's life. He goes to meet his girlfriend. She's Mexican and Catholic, and because of that, he sort of hides her from his family. She wants to hang out with the mom, and he's like,
He said, no, not yet.
Exactly. Then he goes home and we meet that mom. She's on the phone. He lies to the mom about losing his job and pretends that he still has a job. He goes upstairs and is in his room. And one of my favorite moments is the brother. Like, he comes in looks like straight like a James Bond villain, like just stroking the white cat, and is like, you need to get some food from my cat, essentially. And so we get a sense of who Mo is. He is, no offense, he's kind of a liar and a scammer.
He is.
But you love him.
Yes,
even though I think the success of this show hinges so much on Mo as a character and his likability. How do we craft these characters that remain likable despite all their flaws?
I think Mo is one of them tricky things of I don't think he was even writing himself to be likable. I think he was just writing himself to be himself. And I think it helps that you look at him and you just like him for how he is or whatever, because he reminds you of a cousin almost. Everybody has one of them cousins like him. And I think that was one of them situations too where it was this role was made for him. So it's not
wrote it.
He wrote, But a lot of people try to write roles for themselves but don't go good all the time.
You're right.
But him, he just I feel like you see that everything he's doing is almost he's trying to do it he's doing the wrong things for the right reasons. And you can see he's not a bad person, he's just making a lot of bad decisions. And I think as long as you do that, as long as you make the characters values good, I think you can get away with a lot of stuff. Because I think you can clearly see that Mo has great values. He don't make great decisions, but he has great values.
Exactly, he clearly loves his family. He's lying to the girlfriend, but not about cheating.
Not about cheating.
Anything sketchy. He clearly cares for her. I think that's a great point, that his values are good. He just makes the wrong decisions, as we all do.
We all do.
He's very relatable.
Exactly. That's the great way to put it. He's very relatable.
So in Act 2, in a typical sort of comedy structure, we'd see the protagonist work towards a goal that was set in Act 1. But I would argue in Mo, there's not really a clear goal. We don't really see that. It's more like a slice of life, sort of. This is a day in the life of Mo. It has my favorite scene of the whole pilot is when he sells the Yeezys to the old cowboy. It's this good old boy type of old white man. And you even see Mo put on some fake country accent. Hey, come on down.
Whatever I need to do to say these shoes.
Exactly. And it's actually a great moment because I love in scripts where we just see characters being good at something.
Yes.
And clearly Mo, even though he's kind of shady selling these bootleg Yeezys, not even real Yeezys, he's very good at it. And we see why he's able to get away with this stuff. And it's such a funny scene. Like I said, the pilot is not really have a clear goal, though. Do you feel it would have benefited from having a clear structure, or do you sort of prefer this free form type of storytelling?
I don't mind the free form. I think he kind of, In my mind, he did have a goal. It's just such a vague goal because it's like his goal is money and security.
That's true.
And it's like, but he can't get it because of the whole, green card situation. And it's like everything is like labeled on him of like, how do I keep making money to get this thing that I want, which is to be secure. I think his whole goal is like he wants security and he can't get it. He keep getting fired. He don't have a green card, don't have a passport. So I think that's like that's in my eyes, that's what I saw his goal was.
That's actually a good point. I didn't think of that as watching that, but now that you bring that up, I think that's a good reframe because that does make sense in the beginning. As I said, like he's been fired a bunch of times, and we have that conversation with him and his friend and his girlfriend about how, to your point, he doesn't have a passport. He's been trying to get this immigration case for years, and it's not like he's not doing these things because he wants to.
Yes.
The system is not set up to allow him to be great, essentially.
He even told the guy when he got fired, he said, when you get your green card, come back. He said, why would I come back if I have my green card?
That's true.
Like, you think I'd be working here if I had my green card? I'm doing this because you hired me illegally.
That's true.
Yeah, like he really just wants his security.
That's true. And even the scene with selling the Yeezys, like you can tell he's a brilliant person.
He is.
Like I said, switching between all the languages. This is someone who's clearly very smart, very capable. Just due to circumstances, he's forced to take these sort of menial jobs.
Exactly. Yep. Exactly. And even when the older lady walked in the beginning, she said, "Oh my God, you're so good at that!"
Yes.
Like with the phone thing.
And he still got fired.
Exactly. I think it's a great way to show like a lot of these people in these situations, like you said, it's just their circumstances, because clearly he's extremely smart. He's a great salesman, and he can talk to anybody, and he's great at a lot of stuff. But due to his circumstances, he's put in this situation where he has to do things he really shouldn't be doing.
That's an excellent point. I love that. So the climax of the episode, though, is sort of when Mo goes to the grocery store to pick up this cat food for his brother. I love he gets in the argument with the lady selling the hummus samples about the chocolate hummus. It's an abomination. He's not a fan. I like how he carries his own little olive oil.
In his pocket. And literally, even they do such a great job of showing little moments of what they go through. Like, she thought he was Mexican.
Yes.
But he didn't preach about it, how people always think we Mexican. He literally just said, I didn't know Mexican people. I'm not Mexican. Like, just little sneaky stuff like that to where it's not in your face, but it's right there.
Yes.
Like, it's just genius.
Very funny. But then he gets shot. Which was crazy. I mean, I rewatched the episode in preparation for this podcast, but I forgot that moment happened, and I was like, whoa. So what was your reaction when you first saw that, when you rewatched it? That moment is so jarring.
It was very jarring. It was another moment, one, of how they do a great job of taking serious moments and finding the funny in it. And two, I feel like as a writer, they like, okay, what's the worst predicament we can put him in to show what he has to go through, to show what journey he's about to be on. And that's getting shot and not being able to go to the hospital because he's illegal. So they literally he had to run out of the ambulance truck because he's illegal and can't go to the hospital. So that was a great way of showing what journey we were about to go on with him, of like the things he would do to like not get caught or not get sent away and to stay here or whatever. And them doing that was just like genius to me, because he had to go to one of his friends who just stitched him up or whatever. And then also it showed us that he has a lean addiction. Just from being with his friend. So I thought that's what I got from it, that it was setting up the journey we were about to go on.
It was so funny, like you said. The show does a great job of taking sort of dark situations that you don't think are funny on the surface and finding the humor. Like, even when they get shot and he's there and the EMTs are arguing, like, is this a mass shooting or not? It's only 3 people. You need this many people for a mass
shooting.
The
shooter got shot, that's 4. The shooter don't count.
Exactly. It's so funny, and I think it's just larger social commentary of America and how we have mass shootings, unfortunately, and it's just like they're arguing over something because it's become
so
mundane. It's become a daily event for these people, and it's not even that big of a deal. How do you think as writers we can sort of learn from Mo and take these dark situations and still find humor in it?
I feel like just always just being honest, because like even in real life, it's always like some humor in dark situations. Like if I can think about some very dark times in my life where it's like something happened and you just bust out laughing, literally going from crying to laughing like that. I think just being not trying to force it, but just like really looking into that situation and be like, okay, what's what could be funny about this, or what's something serious that we can still, put in there where it's not. It's a tricky thing, so that's why I think authenticity is just like the key to that. I just don't think you should force it. If you gotta force it, you shouldn't be doing it. I'm gonna just keep it. I think that's the answer I'm gonna stick with.
No, I think that's so true about real life, and you can always find humor in things. I had a writer ask me a question. She was writing a bio, and she's like, I'm a comedy writer, but a lot of things I would include in my bio, like she actually was a daughter of a Palestinian refugee. I have this disability that's debilitating. I have this and that. Like, none of that's very funny. How can I write this in a bio? I'm like, well, it could be funny. Like, you think it's not funny, but I actually gave the example of Rami, who was a producer on Mo and co-wrote the pilot with Mo. And on Rami, one of the characters, his best friend, is disabled. And he's like one of the funniest characters on that show. And they're not constantly referencing his disability or making it sort of some sad, feel sorry for him. Like, he's very like raunchy. He's very lewd. He's just saying wild stuff. So I think a lot of times subverting expectations and making a joke out of something that you don't maybe not always think is funny. I think it's a way to make you feel original and unique. Like you said, Mo feels different because we don't see these sort of things shown in a comedic light.
I 100% agree. And like even like the disabilities is like, it's all about like finding ways to take what you think is your weakness and like making it like your superpower. I wasn't gonna say this, but like even at my sister's funeral or whatever, when I got up there to speak, I'm crying and then I go to say the last thing she said to me was, and I paused and I was like, I can't even tell y'all the last thing she said because it was something so ignorant. And it's like, we just bust out laughing, So even like in serious moments like that, you find ways to like find like funny moments, because the funny is always there if you like look for it.
That's true, and life is always balanced. To me, like the funniest comedies, they'll balance it with dark or serious moments to really drive in the funny, or the reverse, like the best dramas have to have comedic elements to balance it out, or it's too heavy.
It's too heavy, like, and it's like I feel like as humans we all have these like in serious moments have like some dark thoughts sometimes. So when we see they're like, oh shit, they have dark thoughts too. Like I feel like it makes it feel, okay, I'm not crazy. And I think that's a good way to like, that's how I see it in those type of situations.
I think that's great. So basically, at the end, like you said, he's shot, too scared to go to the hospital, so he goes to this like hood surgeon. Sipping on lean, scissor, whatever you want to call it, to sort of numb the pain. They can't have anesthesia. How do you think this pilot really effectively sets up Mo's journey? Because that's what a pilot is. It's just so we get a taste of what this show is about and know what to expect moving forward. So do you think the pilot does that effectively?
I think the pilot does that, and almost perfectly, honestly. You set up this thing where we see all the people that are important in his life. We see what he will go through to do things for them. Whether that's like he's protecting his girlfriend. He's hiding her because he loves her. He don't want her to deal with his parents, his mother or whatever. We see how he respects his mother. Like a grown man hiding a tattoo from his mother.
Yes.
He's afraid of her, but he also respects her. We see how he respects his culture with the whole hummus thing. We see how like the green car is like the overall, I would say, cloud over the engine and the cloud over the whole show, and we see how each thing he does is affected by him not having a green card. And I think that literally goes all the way through to the second season of like how him not having a green card in the United States or where he's from, and how that just like affects every single thing that he does. Even can't even go to the grocery store. And his mama said it. She like, we came here to get away from danger, and you can't even go to the grocery store without getting shot. It's like just setting up, no matter where he goes, it's like it's always something. And sometimes something for nothing, because he got sent to the store, he got shot, and his brother didn't even need the cat food anymore. Yes, so it's like, and he just put his head back like, I can't catch a break. Like Mo is the poster child for a man who's like doing everything he can to survive and to make it, and he can't catch a break.
That is perfect. I love how you described that. So, you know, in the words of my favorite Texan, you know, this ain't Texas. So we're wrapping it up.
Okay.
But if you would stick around for some questions about your career.
Okay, I will.
Okay.
I'd love to.
The Young Musicians Foundation is a nonprofit located in South Central Los Angeles. Founded in 1952, their mission is to disrupt systems of inequity through music education, career pathways, and community engagement. YMF provides free arts classes in schools, at local events, and on site at their campus. To donate or learn more about their classes, visit ymf.org. We're back with the In the Cut podcast with Darryl Wesley. So I'm just gonna check in with you, ask you some questions about your career.
Okay, cool.
Now, you've been able to find success both behind the scenes as a writer and in front of the camera as an actor. A couple questions. How do you balance both facets of your career, and do you have sort of any advice for other multi-hyphenates that are trying to pursue multiple jobs?
How do I balance it? For me, it's like I heard somebody say that kind of just stuck with me for a long time. Like, know like exactly what you want to do, where you want to go, and like anything that doesn't take you there, say no to. So whether it's a writing job or acting job, I just ask myself, is this job taking me in the direction that I want to go in? And if it does, then I say yes. One time it was very hard because the acting job I took, the writing job paid double. And I said no to the writing job, and I took the acting job because I thought the acting job can like put me on a better trajectory where I wanted to go. So that's pretty much how I go about picking the jobs. It's like what feels right to me, and what helps my career the most. And honestly, which I hate, people don't want to say this, but which one would be the most fun to work on? Like if I ain't having fun, I really don't want to do it. Like I know we always feel like we got to take dog scraps, but I just don't believe it. Like if I'm working on something, I want to enjoy it and have fun with it, be a part of something good. So I just ask myself that question before it's time to pick a job. And what was the second one, if I can get anybody?
Oh yeah, there's other people that are sort of multi-hyphenates. Do you have any advice? Because I think a lot of times people will be like, just stick to writing, just stick to acting. You hear that a lot.
I hate when people say that, first of all. Like, don't tell me to stick to nothing. Like, I can do what I want to do.
I agree. That's my philosophy too.
Yeah. So they kind of go hand in hand. And, so if I had any advice for anybody that's trying to do both, I would probably say just stick to like, first of all, just do both. Like, I don't think you should like overthink it. I don't think you should be like, well, should I all the way be focusing on writing? Should I all the way be focusing on acting? I started writing because when I first moved here, I would notice in acting class, everybody was sitting around waiting on people to get them opportunities. And I'm like, I'm fresh off the east side of Detroit, so I'm like, I'm not about to sit around and wait on people to give me jobs. So I started just making my own, like writing. I taught myself how to write. I just started doing plays. They were terrible, but it taught me how to write in real time. Like I can find out one day why the joke worked and the next day why the audience didn't like it. It just taught me in real time of how to like write. And it was a lot of throwing stuff at the wall, seeing what stick. And yeah, for me, long story short, it just came because I didn't want to sit around and wait on people to give me opportunities. I was getting all the roles for like, the thug and all this type of stuff. And I just didn't feel like that was like me. As soon as I get in the audition room, I laugh or something, and they'd be like, wait a minute.
Thugs don't laugh.
Yeah. So I'm like, so it's like, how can I like restructure and go in the direction that I want to go into, and like bring people to me. So if you want to do both, I say do both, but like I don't know if we can cuss on here, but don't half-ass it. Don't half-ass it. You know what I'm saying? So whichever one you're doing, just go all in that direction. So if you acting right now, go all in with acting. If you're writing right now, go all in with writing. I just say don't do half, because some advice that I will give that I struggle with in the beginning, I will have all these great ideas. I will like write, I start a script but didn't finish. And then when somebody said, I got some people that want to read your stuff, send it over, I had nothing to send because I didn't finish it. So the advice I would give is just go all in. Don't start nothing without finishing what you was working on over here. So that's what I tell people.
That's excellent advice. Like, I always tell people, like, a mediocre finished script is better than a brilliant unfinished
exactly.
script.
That's the best way to put it. Exactly. You can have the greatest idea, but if it's not done, nobody cares.
Exactly.
Like,
So notably, you were a basketball player, won championships. I came up with this question because I saw Ryan Coogler actually talk about how being an athlete helped him develop stamina to be a filmmaker. He was a football player. So how do you think your discipline as an athlete helped you in creative fields?
I'll give you like 3 quick responses to that. One, when it came to sports, I played for a coach. All my coaches were kind of crazy, but my college coach was really, really crazy. It was this famous coach, Bobby Knight.
Oh, what?
Yeah,
That's
so my coach played under him and then coached under him for like 20 years.
Yes.
So he wanted to be like him. So he was just as crazy. So I didn't appreciate it at the time, but now I appreciate it because he called us so much stuff. Nothing anybody can say out here to me can affect me at all, because I've been called everything in the book already. He already put me through the worst things just for playing for him. So that alone, like I got stamina for this Hollywood life. 2, everything that I regret in my basketball career, I make sure that I don't bring over here. And what I mean by that is like, we all do it. Sometimes in practice, you got to run 20 suicides. You might skip a line. You might not touch a line the whole time. You might try to cheat a little bit, but you ain't really cheat nobody but yourself. And I just thought to myself, if I didn't skip those lines, how far ahead I would be. And so if I didn't feel like I didn't leave it all on the court in basketball, I'm not gonna have that same feeling over here. I just brought over here the attitude and the mentality of like, I'm not relying on talent. I can do that in basketball. With this, I want to have like the work ethic of like a walk-on who's trying to get a scholarship. Like I'm about to like work my ass off over here. I already feel like I'm behind. I feel like I started late. I feel like I'm behind everybody. So I got to work 3-4 times as hard as everybody. And then the last thing is just like, I just feel like this is what happens when you do 3 responses. You forget the last one.
It's okay. Take your time.
Yeah, the last thing, I just feel like it's just with sports. Yeah, I forgot the last response.
It's okay. Yeah. Those 2 were great.
Yeah, okay, cool.
Well, thank you so much for being on the podcast. I think you really gave me some new appreciation for Mo. And lovely to have you.
Thank you. Thank you. I appreciate it.
Thanks again to our guest, Darryl Wesley, for joining us, and shout out to Mo Amer and Rami Youssef for writing such a great pilot. If you enjoyed this episode, please be sure to like, follow, and subscribe. You can watch the video on YouTube or listen on Apple Podcasts and Spotify. If you'd like to sponsor or advertise with us, shoot us an email, podcast@inthecutla.org. And until next time, stay in the cut.